Last-minute bombshell. Kulusevski could leave Tottenham this summer. A return to Serie A could happen. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. According to Mick Brown, Dejan Kulusevski could push for a move away after a frustrating season at Tottenham. He is interested in securing a return to Italy, where AC Milan seem to be keen on acquiring his services. Kulusevski joined Spurs at the start of 2022. While it was an initial 18-month loan deal, it became permanent in the summer of 2023. The Swedish international has established himself as one of their mainstays with his consistent performances. While he still has around 3 years left on his deal, Kulusevski could look to leave Spurs following their disappointing campaign. Ange Postecoglou's team are 14th in the league, and only winning the Europa League could help them secure a spot in the Champions League, which looks a daunting task at this stage. The Swedish attacker could now look to leave the club as he wants to play at the highest level, and the Tottenham project doesn't look convincing enough at this point. Former Spurs scout Mick Brown recently talked about Kulusevski's future, and he did mention the fact that there are Italian clubs who are keeping a close eye on him. While speaking to Football Insider, he said, "Kulusevski is one who could leave this summer. I think a lot of the players are frustrated with the way the season has gone at Tottenham. Whenever I've seen them play, he has been one of, if not their best player, so they're not going to want to lose him unless a really big offer comes in. I hear a couple of the Italian clubs have been looking at him, AC Milan and Napoli. It's a league and a country he knows after his time with Juventus, so a return might suit him. I think he's going to be interested in those moves should the opportunity arise for him. It's definitely one I think will be feasible, even if Tottenham don't want to let him leave, because he will want to continue playing at the highest level. He's certainly good enough to do it, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him go," said Brown. Kulusevski has been one of their best players of late, and the North London club will be reluctant to let him go, as he remains a key part of their plans moving forward. With his contract running until 2028, Spurs will certainly look for a significant fee to sanction his departure. AC Milan are one of the clubs keen on signing the 24-year-old, who could prefer securing a return to Italy, having had a lot of success at Juventus back in the day. Milan want to reinforce their attack ahead of next season, with João Felix likely to return to his parent club and Rafael Leao's future uncertain. Kulusevski might not be a like-for-like for the Portuguese winger, but he will certainly add a lot of creativity and goals. He can feature on the right flank as well as a number 10. While Spurs will demand a fortune, the player's desire to return to Italy could make it a feasible deal for Milan. Tottenham Hotspur could reportedly reignite their efforts to sign Randal Kolo Muani this summer, as a fresh update explains that the forward's future is now in doubt after recent developments at Juventus. Juventus beat Tottenham to the services of Kolo Muani, striking a deal to sign the forward on loan in January, and the Frenchman has made a superb impact at the Allianz Stadium, with 5 goals to his name in 8 Serie A matches so far. Reports in January indicated that Spurs tried until the very last moment to convince Muani to come to N17, but they were ultimately unable to stop him from joining the Bianconeri. Eventually, Tottenham Hotspur struck a late deal to sign Mathys Tel from Bayern Munich instead, but it has now been suggested that the Lily-Whites could go back in for the 26-year-old this summer. GiveMeSport have now claimed that Tottenham are set to make a fresh attempt to lure Kolo Muani to Hotspur Way if Juventus do not show interest in signing him permanently. If the striker heads back to his parent club, PSG, Spurs are expected to reignite their interest in the player. The North London club have reportedly been given fresh hopes of landing the France international, as there are now increasing doubts over whether Juventus would be able to extend his stay at the Allianz Stadium. The publication adds that regardless of whether Ange Postecoglou remains at the helm this summer, Kolo Muani is expected to find himself back on Tottenham's radar. GiveMeSport explain that a recent development in Turin may potentially aid Tottenham's efforts to win the race for the PSG man. The Serie A giants made the decision to sack Thiago Motta last month, and Kolo Muani is in danger of seeing his role diminished under new boss Igor Tudor, who dropped the striker to the bench last weekend in their win over Genoa. Further, it is suggested that the old lady may not be in a position to spend on the centre forward if they fail to qualify for the Champions League, leading to Spurs now keeping tabs on the player's situation. Tottenham are plotting a move for AC Milan centre-back Fikayo Tomori this summer, who has been given a new asking price ahead of the transfer window, Team Talk understands. Spurs have made signing a new centre-back a priority after injuries to Christian Romero, Mickey van de Ven and Radu Dragusin have exposed their lack of quality cover in the position. Romero is being linked with moves away from Tottenham, while backup option Ben Davies is set to leave on a free transfer when his contract expires in the coming months. Team Talk understands that Tomori has been on Tottenham's radar for some time. They held concrete discussions with Milan over a transfer in January, but a move ultimately didn't materialise. The 27-year-old is viewed as a strong and reliable option per sources, and the fact that he has Premier League experience has put him at the top of Tottenham's shortlist. Spurs are expected to move for Tomori again this summer, with the previous price tag set by Milan of £30 million to £34 million set to be reduced. Tomori hasn't been a consistent starter for Milan this season, hence why they're willing to sell and the defender. His sale would also bring in funds they can spend to strengthen other areas. Team Talk understands that Milan are open to discussing the sale of Tomori, and his new asking price is around £26 million, which is negotiable per sources. The Italian giants in general may need to sell one or two other players if they fail to qualify for the Champions League due to their financial situation. Milan currently sit in a disappointing 9th place in the Serie A table, 9 points adrift from the top 4. Team Talk reported in December that Juventus and Newcastle United asked for information about Tomori ahead of the January window. Sources state that Tomori is happy with Milan and would like to stay for a long time. The reality is, though, that if he wants to play consistent minutes again and fight his way into Thomas Tuchel's England plans, he may have to move elsewhere. Tomori insisted in February that he was happy to stay at Milan as long as he was wanted there. In the end, I am the one who comes to the training centre every day, and I feel good here. I feel at home, he told La Gazzetta dello Sport. In these 4 years I have won 2 trophies. We could have won more. Now we have a stronger team. I feel good here. As long as they don't tell me to leave, I am happy here. The problem is that Tomori is slipping out of Milan's plans, at an age when he should be moving into the prime of his career. Tottenham's pursuit of their former winger, Noni Madueke, has just been boosted following a huge development regarding the winger's situation at Chelsea and the West London club's transfer stance on the player. Madueke came through the ranks of the academy setup at Hotspur Way, but left Tottenham in 2018 without making a single senior appearance for the senior side. The winger returned to the Premier League in 2023, with Chelsea swooping for him after his rise to fame at PSV Eindhoven. But the 23-year-old's second season at Stamford Bridge is not going according to plan. He has fallen down Enzo Maresca's pecking order, and it has been reported over recent weeks that Tottenham are plotting a move to re-sign Madueke this summer. Football Insider have now backed up Tottenham's interest in Madueke, stating that the Lily-Whites are planning a surprise move for the wide man this summer. Interestingly, the outlet reveals that Maresca now has doubts over where the winger fits in his system and also has concerns about the player's attitude. As a result, the Chelsea boss has green-lighted Madueke's sale, with the Blues now ready to listen to offers for the former Tottenham Hotspur man when the transfer window reopens. Football Insider say that Madueke is keen to establish himself as a regular in the England squad under Thomas Tuchel. He believes he needs to be playing regularly in order to do that and is thus ready to leave Stamford Bridge this summer to achieve his goal. However, the publication reveals that some sources also expect Aston Villa to press ahead with a move for Madueke, with Unai Emery believing that he can get the best out of the Englishman, just as he has done with Marcus Rashford. That wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for our latest content. Be sure to give this video a like and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow the Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for tuning in, and as ever, come on you Spurs!